What is up? Monique, I missed you.
Oh, I've missed you so much, girl. I've missed you.
Missed you. We because I was late. We could have got the preliminaries
I
earlier,
know.
but we got to get it right now, y'all. So everybody, give Mo a big welcome back to the States, y'all. I miss
Yay.
my co-host for a day.
I know it.
How
But I've
was
been
it?
watching y'all. Y'all been holding it down. I've been watching your stuff. So y'all been holding it down. Um, it was great. It was so good to see family. I have a lot of family in the UK, and obviously I don't get to see them often, because of the distance. So it's always good to see them and spend time. I'm really close with that side of my family, so it sucks that they're so far away. And I just got back. If y'all can't tell, I am sick. So of
You
course
sound like
I
you're
get
under the
sick
weather.
right when I left London.
Oh,
I am sick, y'all. So usually
oh,
I'd be out getting ready for New Year's Eve because I'm that girl. I love to go out for New Year's Eve, even if it's a kickback at someone's house. I love to ring in the New Year for people. So this is my first time, I think, being by myself. So I'm glad that I have you guys to share the
yeah,
evening with. Some fun.
absolutely. Girl, I got the champagne on ice. It's ready. Hey, Joshua. You guys. Oh my God. I think I don't know, out of all the installments, do I like the Best Man Holiday the best? I mean, when I tell you this movie took me down, and I don't care how many times I rewatched it and rewatched it and rewatched it, it just hits something different. It hits something different. What do you think, Mo?
Mhm.
You say yeah? You agree?
So I will say, as far as my favorite, it's always gonna be the original. There's not to me,
Okay.
nothing touches the first one. The first one, hands down, is just it's nostalgic. It's the original. It set the tone. It just it's always gonna be my favorite.
Yeah.
But I do
Yeah.
love the Best Man Holiday. But the Best Man Holiday for me is so bittersweet because it starts out on a high and then it just drops you down emotionally. So it's one of those movies where I like to watch it, but I know it's a setup to me being sad. So I
Yeah.
try to go in mentally prepared, like, but I still enjoy watching it. I still
Okay.
definitely enjoy watching
Okay,
it.
that's fair. That's fair. Can you hear the fan? Because I'm in this closed up room and I had to turn the fan on. Can you hear it?
No
Okay. I
fan.
hope
I
it's
think I feel like we have a slight delay though.
oh, okay. I feel like I hear you pretty good.
Okay.
But it's okay. It's all right. We're gonna try to work through it. Yes, the original soundtrack. Yes. I love how Malcolm D. Lee actually starts his whole when he has sequels, that's he really just kind of builds it out and brings back all the nostalgia because the first one was set in 1999. This one is in 2013. And so, for him, he gives you this little brush up and get to know where we just came from and we're here now. And yeah, I thought it was cute. Lance and Mia are married. Harper was married after the proposal at Lance's wedding. As y'all know, I did not agree with that wedding proposal. Let me ask Monique, did you agree with the Harper and Robin's marriage proposal at Lance's wedding? Oh, she looked like she's frozen. Okay. Merch and Candy are married too. Shelby is a real housewife in Westchester. Quentin is all over the place, somewhat of a socialite. She's gonna come back, y'all. So she's somewhat of a socialite. Quentin the same. Me and Lance is trying to still make it, right? Okay, still married, despite the tribulations. Okay. So I think that their marriage was the healthiest. The fact, oh, she's back. The fact that that what happened, the reveal right before the wedding, and he still married her. He asked her no questions, and he just proceeded. It was you know, it looked like it was a match made in heaven. When I watched this and how well behaved their children were, how supportive he was, I had a newfound respect for Lance in this particular installment. What do you think, Monique? Is she frozen again? Oh, I think she did say it's a delay. Can you hear me, Mo?
Oh, I missed part of that.
Okay.
I can
No,
hear
I
you,
was
but I
just saying.
think I'm freezing.
Yeah, yeah, you are. No problem. It's all right. Well, just jump
Okay.
in. I'm not gonna ask you. Just jump in when you need to. I'm just gonna be, kind of walking us through.
But what were
Um.
you talking? I'm curious though. What were you talking about?
Oh yeah,
Lance?
I was asking you about the whole marriage proposal and the first best man, and whether or not you agreed with the proposal. Was it done correctly, and did you agree with her answer
Oh, you mean
to
Robin and
Rob? Yes.
So I always think that it's a little tacky to propose
Mhm.
at someone else's wedding. So
Yes.
that's one. If this was real life, but for movie purposes, it was, I guess it was cute.
Okay. Okay.
I
That's
understood,
fair.
but in real life, nah.
Would you have accepted that proposal after all of what you saw went on in the first best man with them?
Who? Maybe it depends.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm gonna say maybe.
Okay. Okay. That's fair. Oh boy.
Because I know what you think. I know your sentiments on that.
Girl, I already said it's a F no. It's too early to be cussing, but it's a F no for me. I almost feel of the same mind. That's how I felt about in the at the was it the shy when the mom, the baby mom and the baby daddy got remarried and stuff, and how she
Oh,
took, you know what I'm talking about, and how she took him back, and yes, how she took him back, and he hadn't changed his behavior. And I was just like, no, he has to prove himself first. Don't go in it with magical thinking that something automatically is going to change. So that's what I just
yeah,
want to,
yeah.
hope that people. Right, Monique said it's a no for me, dog.
Oh, fuck me, dog.
I'm always like, since we're just having a discussion, I'm going to go through some of the things. We had the first interaction we have what do we have? We have them going to their checkup. The baby is breech, and they have to schedule a C-section. The baby's due soon. She's on her feet a lot. Does she need
Mhm.
bed rest? And he's like really, really concerned. And they was like, the baby's due New Year's Eve. So New Year's Eve is just like maybe 5 to 6 days from Christmas, and they knew that they were going to be traveling. So I don't know. I don't know why they even went, but he still went. Um, I don't know if they had to fly though. I don't know if they had to fly.
Good question. That's a really good
Maybe.
question.
Yeah, she shouldn't have
They
flown.
drove, so
They
maybe
drove.
they drove. They
Yeah,
drove.
because they
They
were
was
driving from DC to New York, so that's fine. Yeah, so she was saying, given your history, you should err on the side of caution. So they're at the cafe. Robin belches really loud, and she's like, "It's the baby." And then so they get another invitation from Mia. It'll be good to get around your friends. Y'all all been so busy. Y'all, it's been 15 years since they seen each other. I read the synopsis, and the last time they saw each other in the best man, that is the last time they saw each other. I don't know, maybe they might have did
Is
Zoom
that
or
what it really says? For real?
yes, yes.
I don't believe
That's what it said in the synopsis. I think they probably talk on the phone. They might do some
I don't
zooming
believe that. I don't believe that. Maybe 15 years
all
since they were
together.
all together in one film.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can get that.
Because I
I can
feel
get
like
that.
some of them have seen each other um
Yeah.
since.
For
So
their
I think it
friendship, their
was
friendship is really, really tight knit. So for me, I guess I can't buy into it's been 15 years since they seen each other. But that's what it said. I read it from IMDb.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So Harper's publicist is pretty much trashing his new book. He's trying to get another exclusive. He's not trying to go down that road like the first book. He's trying to, he's trying to learn from the experience and move accordingly. And that kind of took a nosedive. The housewives are a gold mine for Shelby. Let me see. Oh yeah, so he's giving him ideas. He was like, maybe do Lance autobiography. Exploit your friend for capital gain. This is America. So he's giving him all these ideas. He's like, maybe consult with the housewives, or maybe do this with Lance or whatever. So next thing you know, Harper and is walking through NYC. He goes to Jordan's office again, of course, and they're playing "Someday at Christmas." Bomb, bomb, bomb soundtrack. Love it. Jordan is giving somebody the business. He's working on his next masterpiece. The fans are clamoring. It's been about 3 years. When is it coming out, Harper? And he's talking about in due time. So he's kind of piddle patty and he don't know what he wants to do. He's kind of like has a writer's block. So Robin is asking, where are y'all registered? Now, somebody told me I was reading too much into this scene. Jordan asked, how's Robin? Where are y'all registered? And he kind of blew it off. And somebody told me that he was distracted by all of her awards. And so since he's not in that place because he just had the flop, he was just like, he brushed it off like she didn't even mean anything. Not she didn't mean nothing to him, but it's just like he just didn't give any care about it. And I was just like, ugh, this is just so yucky. But I don't know. He brushed it off. And he also talked about the baby being breached or whatever. And I didn't read too much into that because I felt like he didn't. He was like, "Oh, we're registered somewhere," and I was just like, "Oh wow, are we doing that?" So I just felt
I don't know.
okay. Hold on, let me check out these comments. See what everybody's saying. Tim, hey, Delaware in the house. Tamika, thank you so much. LSW, appreciate you. Faye Family Fun Reviews. Monique is back. Yes, 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 yes. He be low key, high key competing with Jordan. Yes. So yeah, he was so enamored and stuff like that. He got sidetracked. He's asking about her accomplishments, and baby, she's killing the game. What you doing? What else is going on?
I don't see it like they really be competing. I don't know. They seem like each other's supporters, so that's why I don't really see the competition
I
side.
don't
If
think
anything, he
Jordan is
competes with himself,
competing.
in my
Yeah, I
opinion.
think he does that. I think he does that. That's like
Uh-oh.
an internal, like he's competing with himself. Like he doesn't feel like he's satisfied where he is, and I guess might have reminded him, yeah, what you doing? You need to get with the program or something like that. But I thought so. I thought so. She is perfect for Housewives, y'all. When you see it in the final chapters,
I don't know why.
baby, when she acted a fool when she heard about Quentin's wedding, it was so funny to me. But yeah, it was perfect for Housewives. So Jordan gets a call from her assistant saying that Brian is here. Harper's like, is this a work thing? Because I can go. And she was like, no. And did you see how many jabs they kept talking about her interracially dating and stuff like that? Like, I was disappointed that we left Brian in Best Man Holiday. I wanted him wholeheartedly. I wanted them to be together in the final chapters. What do
Yeah,
you,
I would have liked that.
Yes, I agree. I agree. I was so sad to see him go. And then for him to just get replaced by ugly Terry Silver.
Oh no, don't do that. He is not ugly. I feel
Boy,
so
he is
bad for the actor.
funny looking. He is funny.
Oh
I'm sorry.
no. I feel so bad for the actor because people were going in on him. I feel so bad. They're like, y'all had to get Scoopball, Terry Silver to come and play her love interest or whatever. I'm like, y'all gotta leave that brother alone. He's not, he's funny looking, but he's still attractive, in my opinion. But I might be the only one.
I think you might be. I ain't heard nobody call him attractive.
Ooh. Ooh,
Y'all
hold
put
on.
a one in the chat if y'all think Terry Silver is attractive. One in the chat if you think he's attractive. Two, no. Y'all remember him? Tasha old love interest from Power? Yes. Yes, absolutely. His face said a lot. He was low key embarrassed. He felt some type of way. I was just like, let me see. And then it was so funny because she doesn't talk about Brian to Harper at all. But Brian knew everything. Oh, the writer. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Harp. Yeah, I know him. And then she's like, he was like, oh yeah, yeah. Brian McDougal. She was like, McDonald. He was like, oh yeah, B Mac. Jordan was like, B Mac. I said, oh God, he just played that all wrong. I'm just like, I was cracking up. It was just a mess. Um, and Brian was like, oh, that's just nice that y'all talk about me. They kiss, and Harper is looking extremely uncomfortable. Y'all don't forget to hit the like button before you leave out and leave a comment. Um, yes, and make sure you can try to come back because when we get to the nitty gritty, like when we get the Lance house, it's gonna be on and popping. So he agrees to go to Lance for the Christmas holiday. His parents understands, and then he leaves and all this other stuff. So Harper pokes fun at her, of course. I hate you so much. Get out of my office, is what she said. I wouldn't have took it no type of ways, but I mean, that was 2013. I think women were still race loyal. I think we're kind of moving out of that headspace for a little bit.
I hope so.
Wait a minute. I plead the.
Talking about Terry Silver. Talking about Terry Silver.
Is that a thing? Okay, I take it back there. If
Y'all are
that's if
so
that's
mean. I feel so bad for the actor because people will really be coming for him. Like, oh, I feel so bad.
yeah, they tore him up on Twitter when they were saying Nia Long deserved better.
That's so messed up.
I
I
mean,
feel
I
so
would have been cool with Will. You know, I would have been cool with
bad.
him. Will from Paradise or whatever. You remember the shaman? But
Yeah.
they were in a destination. I don't know if they were in the same state. So if they was to come home, they may not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I guess it would have been a little too convenient if he came right home and was able to, you know, do all that. So then you see, oh, we cut the merch and his contributor. And he starts to inquire about Candace. He was like, "How exactly did you meet your wife?" I said, uh oh." Then you see Merch running out the building to check his phone in the car, and old dirty bastard start playing. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. Yeah, baby, I like it raw. And then we see a video of Candace that has gone viral about her, a customer paying her for what assumed to be and looked to be head. It get cut off when she goes into the room. So he gives her the money. She kind of takes the transaction. She takes him in the room and shut the door. And that's about as much as you see with that. And he is mortified, as I would too. Would you feel some type of way? Would you feel some type of way? I mean,
I
it
mean,
was in his past. It was.
it wasn't her past. It was her past, but seeing something like that, I'm sure would evoke some type of
Feel.
feelings and
Yes,
emotions. Yes. So
I agree. Hey, Miss Karen. He was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" So anyway, Robin is moaning in the bed, moaning and groaning while he is rubbing her feet. He's giving her a foot massage, and of course, baby, all that stuff feels good when you're pregnant. Robin says, she said, "Oh, Mr. Stewart, I think I'm going to keep you." He said, "You promise?" So when he said that, I was like, red flag. Something is going on, and he has not told her yet. So put a pin in that. We'll get back to it later on at Lance's house. Robin says, "Oh, honey, of course. You know, she's always so supportive. And yes, yes, yes. No matter what you do, I got you, boo. Don't worry about the last book deal. Your next best idea is coming soon." Don't you think she's very supportive, Monique, as far as like how she supports him and she doesn't let him wallow? Because I think she's a good person to have, but she doesn't let him wallow in his self pity and all this other stuff. So she kind of like tries to, be very very supportive of him. Oh, Lorenz Tate would have been good. Okay, Vonnie. Okay, I
that
like
would have
that.
been a cute little like I don't know what to call
Yeah.
it. Totally
And
cute.
look, he's still from the Power Universe too. So,
That-
but you know what? Terry Silva is probably cheaper. He's probably cheaper than Lorenz Tate.
this
I,
is true.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I said sometimes it be about budget. It be about other things. So,
Ooh, 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 ooh.
let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. And then he asked her, should I? And he turns around and she is sound asleep. Yes, creating life is exhausting. I remember spending most of my pregnancy asleep because just tired, just tired. The body is doing something amazing. So he watches some of Lance highlights and he's typing away. He's looking at all the past due bills, and they include the fertility treatments. I didn't know that they had. I was surprised to see that they had fertility treatments. I wish I would have known what was the cause of it. We'll discuss it a little bit. I think it's more so on her end, maybe not his end. I don't know, but they kept on jabbing at him about the low sperm count, but I think it was more
Right.
so her.
Her.
Yes. Um so yeah. Mia emailed Harper to come to the house this weekend. He replies that they'll be there. Cut to them arriving. Okay, y'all, we are here. Um, she comes down. He says she looks amazing. Um, of course, she thinks she looks like a cow because she's like pregnant. So you know what I'm saying. Then when he gets down on himself, she was just like, "Don't worry about that. Your friends are not judgmental like that." And he said, "You never met them." I said, "Harper, now you know you full of shit because he is the judgmental one. Always has been the judgmental one in the first one." And then so I'm like, "You gonna sit up there and project that energy back on them trying to say that they are?" No, it was him all along.
That's true. That is true.
He always did that. And then
Especially
now
the
he
first
feels
one.
some type of way because his book flopped and some things are going on. I think he
Right.
said later on that he got fired by NYU for budget cuts or whatever. So
Right.
um right. Look, the Reds would have been a good throwback. But you
It
know
would.
what? But people with a star-studded cast like that, I think Lorenz Tate might have made an exception for them just to be a part of, you know, depending on how fondly he loves the best man. The cast is star-studded. Like, why would you say no? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people do those things out of a passion project. So I probably would have. Exactly. He is the most judgmental of them all. I was like, how dare you? How dare you? So Mia comes to the door and tells them to come in. She couldn't even wait till they get to the door. She's like, come on in, come on in. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, the little kitties. Hi, Mr. Harper. I was like, oh, they were so perfect. I was just like, I was like, how did you do it? Like, I don't know how they keep them cute.
Throughout the whole movie, they were cute. All their
They
scenes were so
were.
beautiful. Yeah.
My favorite was um the Christmas O Night.
Oh,
When Kennedy and Faith was singing
yeah.
such a beautiful song.
Yes, it really is.
So yeah, so the children come and LJ is like, "Yes, Mr. Harper, I remember you." And he was like, "Well, you don't have to call me Mr. Harper. You can call me Uncle Hart or Auntie Rob or not." It was weird. It was just weird because they just don't. Happy New Year, honey. It was just weird. Lance comes in and he says, they know who you are. He
Mm.
throws a jab. I was just like, oh Lord. Robin is sitting there looking crazy. There's like this pregnant pause between them. Lance greets Robin, saying there's nothing more beautiful than a woman with child. Robin lights up, gives him a hug, and they're back looking at Harper, and Harper is just looking like he don't know what to say. He like just treading lightly because he just does not know.
Yep.
Um, Lance asks whether or not it's a boy or girl. They said Harper is the first thing he says the baby is breech. I said, that's not what he asked. He is so like I don't know why he likes to focus on
So
his failures. Like I want him to be more positive, but he really does have a negative mindset. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it judge or part of him being judgmental? He might have a perfectionism thing. That might be what that is. So every time something he looks at the worst part of, so everybody else talking about boy or girl being happy and he's talking about the thing that did nobody ask about. So anyway.
it could
um
just it's also insecurity though.
yeah, yeah.
Insecurities.
Yeah, so we're gonna cut to Robin. She's reading over the itinerary. She is so impressed. She was like, oh my god, they got a talent show. I was like, oh, cute, cute. So she was so excited and over the top and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And oh, so Harper was excited when he heard that both sides of the family, so Lance's side of the family is coming and Mia's side of the family is coming. He was like, "Oh, word, that's gonna be perfect." And she was
Perfect.
like, "Why is that perfect?" Oh, he was like, "Oh no, Christmas time, lots of stories, good times." He looking for his notepad, child, so
Uh-huh.
he can have his stuff together.
Dandy, dandy notebook.
Robin said it's a lot of work on Mia lives for this type of stuff though. She used to, but now I hope she has the help that she needs. She was a doting housewife, and yes, she probably did, live for that. But now she's very very sick.
Mhm.
Now, Lance seems to be very irritated by you. He was throwing a lot of jabs, Harper.
Uh-huh.
He downplayed it and said it'll be fine. I'm surprised. I was surprised that he did that. Yes, it was awkward. Loving the hair, by the way. Thank you, Tressa C.
Thank you.
And thank you. Yes. Yes, he does feel okay. It's not just me. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Have you thought any more about pursuing his bio? He said no. Robin said it's probably for the best. Just concentrate on the here and now. That's what she always trying to be mindful. Concentrate here and now, rekindling the friendship between you guys. Like bring it in today. Presents. Then he asked, does Mia look thin to you? She was like, really, Harper? You're gonna ask a pregnant woman if another woman that you slept with looks skinny? He was just like,
I'm gonna get to it later, but I'm gonna say Robin got on my damn nerves in
I'm
this.
gonna give it to pregnancy hormones. That's what I'm gonna give it to.
Nope, she got on my nerves. This film, we'll get to it later because the scene is later that I'm
Okay.
thinking about.
Okay.
And I also don't. I can't wait to talk about the Best Man final chapters because I'm
Yes.
very conflicted about Robin's character. I'll just say that.
Yes. Yes. Actually, we did a breakdown on Robin's character on VKJ's
I
channel,
watched it.
and we were going back and forth. We was challenging each other. It was a good one. I
Oh,
mean,
it's good. Yeah.
I think it was good. But yeah, we definitely gonna talk about that next week, y'all. Y'all ready for Best Man chapters? Final chapters?
Whew.
The doorbell rings. Harper runs out because he's like, that's my cue to get on out of here. Merch, Candace, and Quentin is downstairs talking about the donators. Now, merch, I love merch, y'all. What we always say, there will be no merch slander on this channel. However, merch was out of order in this movie, y'all, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, when he finds out about this thing, and I understand trying to talk to your boys and maybe confide in them to see, get some advice from them, but it was the way he did it. It was so ugly. So Harper shows up. Harp, my nigga, what's up? Candace and Merch is looking at Q like he is crazy. Because they was talking about getting the word, if the LGBTQ can get homo banned, then we should be able to get the word nigga banned. And then when Harp shows up, Q was like, what's up, my nigga? I'm like, what are you talking about? What are we getting banned if you're still saying it? Such a hypocrite. Candace is like, Robin, you look beautiful and your titties are huge. I was like, oh, everybody was just looking like those are just the compliments that women give each
The
other.
pregnancy
All right.
titties.
She was like, oh my God, they won't stop growing. Oh my God. And they was like, we don't never talk to each other like that. So the girls go over to the bar. Candace says she'll drink enough for two. And then Shelby walks in. She's like, oh shit, make that three.
Shelby.
Yes, I love the turn that they did for her character, turning her into this housewife, and she looked more fly. You remember in the first one, she looked real stuffy and stuck up, and she still has those qualities, but in a more not so stuffy way, right? Yes, we're ready. Okay, we're getting in. Hold on. Child, and it was a cat fight in this joint. It was so good. It was so good. So she tells her daughter to go play. Lance takes off her fur coat. Robin's like, I'm calling Peter in the morning. Candace said she killed like 15 animals this morning for that coat. Oh my God. And she was like, Julian, you're looking well. Prada. He was like, nada. She said, Harper, I heard you had writer's block. He was like, hi. He was like, don't. Then she walks away. Quentin says she is fine as hell, admiring her. So you see that they still have a little chemistry going from the first where they had the encounter after the wedding. So Merch said, I definitely dodged a bullet. Didn't I? I really could have, that could have been a shot to the dome, right? But Q looked like he was ready for the shot to the dome. So he looked like he was fired with it.
Like he was ready.
Right. Lance come over. Harper starts on his retirement. All of his accolades, bigging him up. Quentin was like, damn, you writing a book? Because he was just running off statistics and facts and all this stuff. Harper's like, what? No, of course not. I'm like, why are you lying, first of all? Like, I mean, I think he might just have PTSD from from the first installment when he almost got thrown over the side of a building. So it could be some PTSD there. So maybe that's why he lied. But I'm just like, why you just can't ask? I mean, I feel like he made this book such more of a problem than it needed to be. Like
Yeah.
I just
They were
really
in such an awkward place though. Like I feel like if he asked Lance, Lance probably would have said no. Like
true.
he was
But
already against
you can't
it.
be afraid to hear no. No
Yeah,
is a part of life. You know, I mean, you can ask somebody and there's one or two answers, yes or no. And you have
right.
to be okay with the no's too and just know it's going to be okay. We'll find something else. I
And
mean,
my thing with Harper is, when were you gonna ask him? You gonna wait till the book was damn near finished before you asked it? Like, when were you going to actually get the balls to confront him?
right. I'm like, pull up the big boy drawers. Let's come on. Let's have a conversation.
Right.
Since she got digged down by Quentin, she opened up more. Yeah. So she's looking more loose and all of that.
I'm done. I cannot.
um, Lance is looking very smug at him. As long as you stick to football, you straight. So he doesn't want to kind of dig into his family life, which I don't know why. I feel like he should be very very proud of his family. His children are very well behaved. Mia is an angel. Like there is no scandal. The only scandal is what happened prior to
Right.
the marriage. But everything's been good because even when he won the football game, they were like, you know, he's been above board, no scandal. He's been about his community, about his family. They
Yeah.
talk so nice about him. I was so proud of him in this moment. That's why when they took him down in the final chapters with through his grief and this midlife crisis, I was like, oh
Yeah.
no, like we kind of stumbled. But I mean, in life you do stumble. So I think that was very relatable.
That was relatable.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So Jordan walks in with her BF boyfriend, her man friend Brian. Robin sits down and looks, you know, she's sulky. She looked like she was sulking a little bit. Candace tries to prep her up, talking about, oh, she's this overworked, career obsessed, and she lives on her Blackberry girl. Don't worry about it. But she's a nice person. You should really get to know her. So she was just trying to, like, you know, come on, just kind of open up a little bit because, you know, they got some feelings about Kendall slash Jordan. Candace is looking at Brian and she is commenting on how good he looked. Oh, he's iconic. I like. I was like, ooh. And Merch catches her though.
Uh-huh.
He was like, what are
It
you doing? Robin was like, busted.
is.
Quentin comes over and asks Merch what's up. He says nothing and marches off. So we know that something's up with Merch. However, I told y'all I don't like how he handled it, but we'll get there.
True.
Jordan walks over to introduce and speak to Robin and Candace. She said, that is going to be a big baby. How's everything going in there? And then she has this awkward laugh and
Longest laugh
the
ever.
longest, most awkward laugh. Let me see. Can I do it? Can I do it?
I can't even do it. I'm so Yep, that was it. That was it.
I can't even
Bravo.
hold my breath that long.
Bravo. That was it.
And I mean, it was on the
It
damn
was
loop.
on and on. I was like, girl, can you breathe?
Look, I couldn't. You saw how long I did it, but it was like, I mean, it was like on a like a minute loop at least. I was like, this girl, this is crazy. And she was like, oh no, a beautiful baby. So she kind of misspoke. But I mean, I
Uh-huh.
guess she was going by how big she was. And I was just like, oh God. It was too funny. Oh, I forgot I had pictures, y'all.
Oh, I was about to say, you the picture queen.
Woo, child. Look, we ain't get there yet, but hot,
Woo!
hot damn.
Woo!
Can't wait to get there. Can't wait to get to one of my
Damn.
favorite moments of the it was good. It was good. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I'm getting all excited. Okay, anyway. All right, so the dinner table. Mia clanks the glass. Welcome everybody. And a special welcome to Brian. He was like, "Oh yeah, even though I'm only gonna be here for a day." And then so Robin perks up and
Uh-huh.
she's like, "Oh, where are you guys going?" He was like, "Oh, no, it's just him." She was like,
I'm sick. I'm sick of her. I'm sick of her. Her attitude sucked in this one. Her attitude sucked in the final chapters. I don't give a shit what nobody say. Her attitude sucked. Sucked. And she
"Oh,
got her ass cussed the fuck out trying to take my damn child to goddamn Ghana, bitch. Sit your monkey ass down. Talking about you gonna take my child?
what's up, B. Avery?
Sorry,
I
I had
appreciate you coming
y'all.
through."
What's up, B. Avery?
Yes,
Y'all, I've been holding that in. Sorry, I had to let it out. Whew.
right. Nope, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I understood it. I understood it, but I did feel like she was flawed. That was one of the flaws that I did point out in Jay's live.
Ooh, Jesus. Oh Lord, this cat done woke up.
So he has to go somewhere to a special thing that they do to his family in Vermont. Robin looks disappointed because she was hoping that Jordan was about to be gone with her man, but nope, didn't work like that. So Jordan says, "Yeah, me and the snow don't mix." Q takes a jab and say, "Oh, really? I can't tell."
Right.
Like I said, you know how black men feel about black women dating outside their race. They can, but their
They
women
can, child, but when we
can't.
do it,
Exactly.
it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Exactly. Hey, Damien. How you doing, love? She said they're going to Hawaii the day after Christmas. Shelby says you have to stay in the Four Seasons in Maui, the honeymoon suite. Q said, "Which merge was that?" And she was like, "My next one." I was like, "Just come on, bitch." I know that's right. Okay, so we're gonna shift gears to Lance and his rushing record. He's almost there. How many more yards do you need? Shelby's like, "Are we gonna talk about football all night?" Candace was like, "Right. Oh, let's talk about the mudslinging and scintillating things that housewives do." Ooh, scintillating, such a big word. Then Shelby and Candace go back and forth about the big words and stuff like that. So to me, it felt like because Shelby thought that Candace was a stripper, that she
Yeah.
didn't have any education, but
Right.
maybe she was working towards her doctorate in the final chapter. So,
Yep.
ma'am, I'm gonna need you
And
to have
she was
several.
in college when they first met her. She was a college student.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Hey, Renato. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all be safe, okay? I did my partying yesterday. I'm in the house safely today. So Shelby says she's gonna leave. Q said, "Why don't you get on the broom that you came in on?" I was like, they be killing me. Merch, how's the fundraising going? We ran into a bit of a sag this week. Candace was like, "Elliot Gibson, the philanthropist, he's not contributing this year." Isn't Jordan said, "Isn't he a bit of a morality nut?" He was like, "Yeah, that's him." She was like, "Oh, did he
Mhm.
say why?" And Q bangs on the table and says, "To hell with him, Merch. We got you. How much is his normal contribution?" He was like, 2 million. He was like, "Oh, hell no."
Woo.
I was like, 2 million? Yeah, I can see why they are like having an issue. So
Yeah.
Lance says, Merch, if you need anything, just let us know. Merch is like, no, 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 no. Lance asked, is he sure about that? I was like, now you know, ain't no man gonna ask another man for no $2 million. So I almost felt like it was a setup. How did you feel about that? I was like, why don't you just offer it, or offer half, or offer what you like if you know that he has a $2 million gap? But
Right.
instead of trying to make a man ask you when you see clearly that there's a need. How did you feel
Yeah.
about
That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that deep into it, but now that you bring it up, that's an excellent point.
it? Okay. Okay. I was
I
just,
feel like
I be analyzing.
uh-huh, you do. You do, and you be right.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like a power play a little bit. I was like, yeah, an anonymous donation. How about that too? It could have been that too.
Um,
Yeah, I felt
I
like if
feel
you
like it was just the gesture thing you do with people like, oh, are you sure? But you really not. You sure? Okay.
right.
Versus like, I'm really about to give you this money. You about to take this money. I don't give a shit what you say. Take the,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, it felt like I was like, I just didn't like the way it felt. He was like, thanks, but I can handle it. Then Harper starts to talk about the yardage again. Robin is just like, can I trouble you for the restroom? Because we already knew where this was going to go. And so, like I said, she's always working in the background trying to reel Harper in. I guess how some people wanted Jada Pinkett to reel Will Smith in, child. Anyway, she struggles to get up from the table. Lance helps her. Shelby is like, waddling. That waddle brings back nightmares. All you men need to do your wives a favor and just get snipped. I agree. And she said, "You too, Robin Thicke." She called him Robin. She called Brian Robin Thicke. I don't know about y'all, but Brian is a cutie patootie.
He is a cutie. He is a cutie, but in real life, he ain't shit in real life. If y'all, some of y'all don't know it's from the Housewives people.
Oh no!
I forget his name.
He ain't shit. Oh man,
his wife, his ex-wife. Sorry, y'all. His ex-wife, Brandy Glanville. She's from Beverly Hills, Housewives of Beverly Hills. She used to be on the show. Long story short, he cheated on his wife with the country singer LeAnn Rimes. They both cheated on their spouses.
Look at the dimples, baby.
Oh, will get you every time. But no, he's a cheater, pumpkin eater.
Sucky. You're sucky.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
But good to look at.
So does he? Okay, so Quentin. Okay, so cut the merch showing Quentin the video. And he was like, how the hell did he even find this? That's the thing. He's such of a morality nut. Is he watching porn? How did you find it? I'd like to know. So he was like, no, I don't think he's watching porn or whatever. He was like this, well, he said, well, I'm getting a little excited if it's not. And he said 238,000 people agree with me. He was like, you are not making any of this any better.
Yeah.
Candace walks in the room with him and Quentin. Now this shit was so funny. She's like, oh, don't y'all look cute in your PJs? Babe, can I use your phone? Mine doesn't seem to get a reception in here. Q and Merch look at each other. Q takes that phone out his damn hand and threw that jump like a football across the damn
smash. Which was so stupid. It was just for TV. It was so dumb. You didn't have to do that shit. All you had to do was exit out the shit. It was for TV, movie dramatics, whatever. Right. With my damn $500,000 phone, nigga, you got out your damn mind.
Right. But he was looking like, he looked like he closed his robe. He was like, you ain't had no other choice, man. He's just like, nah. Because Merch wasn't even gonna do that. Like a dummy, he probably would just gave her the phone with the video open and everything. You know how Merch is. No Merch slander on this channel, though.
But we know.
Exactly. Comic relief. So, and we are here. We are here. Let me get my picture up.
Ooh,
walking into the bedroom, baby. And his gray pajama, like it's even thinner than sweatpants. So that is, I was like, ooh, it's giving. And we loves the V. We loves the V. You see the V. See how the V is coming together there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let me get my ass in the gym. So that is crazy.
He comes in and asks her if she's happy now. And she says yes. She said, you could be a little nicer. He said, what? I thought I was. She's like, no, to everybody. And he's like, all right. And then they kiss. Right. So, he's not giving her no trouble. He's barely giving her any pushback. We know what we're up against and stuff like that. But I feel like he act like that the whole marriage through. I really felt like that was his pretty much his stance. Cut to Harper trying to get the title of the book for this autobiography. So he has a migraine. Jordan walks over, peeping over his shoulder, and she says, "Oh, you're working on a bio for Lance. Oh my God, this is brilliant. Have you asked him yet?" He's like, "I'm trying to figure out an approach. You already got him at dinner about the yardage question. Just brush off those journalistic skills and get in there. You have to convince him he needs to tell his story." So he said, "It's a lot easier said than done. If you know me," oh, she said, "If you need me to work on me, just let me know." He does whatever she says, which
Is
yeah,
true.
which he does. So yes. So Harper asks, "Where's the thriller in vanilla?" I see it. This they be killing me. I guess I can take this off now. I
Yeah.
mean, it was good to look at. I mean, you still can see me and Mo. We can just have a little bit of
Girl, take me off the screen.
just have a
The,
little chocolate on the screen between us.
no. Take him off.
The V.
The V.
Right. See, I told everybody was loving the view. Yes, Quentin is my favorite character as
Hey,
well.
it's
so
okay.
they're playing pool. He's asking Jordan whether or not is this your first safari in the enchanted jungle.
Uh,
Brian like, is he serious? And he's like laughing nervously. "We need to make sure this ain't no Django Unchained Candyland mess." I was
no.
like, "Quinn, what the hell are you talking about?"
And
He
the
was like,
timing was good because when this movie came out, Django had just came out too, like a year before. So
"Oh,
it was
okay."
all it was yeah.
A play
It
on
was
the words, a play on the movie.
yeah.
Good. Okay. "I've dated all kinds of women. Jordan is a special kind of woman." He's like, "I'm surprised she got past all you fellas."
Oh,
And Q said, who said she did?" I said, "Oh." And
that
then
was
everybody was just looking around. It was like this
Mhm.
awkward silence.
It was just like, just kidding, brother. Just kidding. Just
Right.
kidding.
We just messing with you. And Merch with his big mouth
Uh-huh.
says, "Not that it wasn't ever an attempt." I'm like, "You can't hold water."
Can't hold
Harper's like,
water.
"Man, why did you have to say that? Ain't nothing happened." He was like, "Oh man, it's so good." He said, "It's all good. I would be a bitch if I was worried about our past like that, right?" I said, "Come on, Brian." I said, "Yes, you would be." And that's why Harper and Merch was looking crazy. And Q was like, "I like him." I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Yes." Because he sounds very secure in himself, and
Yep.
that's just what it is. And I was like,
Yep.
I love that answer, actually. So cut to the ladies, and we're talking about Brian too. He is the topic of discussion, baby. Shelby teases Jordan about being in all these serial relationships. Who thinks that Jordan is non-committal? Like she is afraid of commitment. Does anybody think that?
Oh yeah, she definitely was in this movie for sure.
Okay. Okay.
She still had her she still had her guard up and
Yeah.
walls up with Brian.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad we all agree about that.
Yeah.
Then Jordan teases Shelby about the multiple marriages. Mia asked Jordan why is she being so defensive. She said she's not being defensive. "I just don't know if I'm ready to." And Shelby's like, "Give up the big black cock." I mean, what she said did. I think she said big back dick.
The
They
big
all they all bust out laughing.
that shit was funny.
She was like, "Can I get an amen?"
Amen for the big
Right. They was all like laughing and toasting and all that stuff. And then Shelby was like, "The big black dick is just so good. It goes in your mouth and in your ass, and you just want to talk to it like
I
Mike."
was like, Nia Long was like, bitch, I ain't asked for all that.
Oh my god. It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
That scene was hilarious.
I was like, she was like, "Mic check." I said, "Come on." She a mess.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Mia and Jordan is looking at her like, what the
Jordan.
hell? I was like, that went kind of left real fast. Oh, she was like, oh, bitches, don't hate, emulate.
You
Gotta talk to it.
gotta talk to it.
Now, merch, this is when you were out of order, baby. I did not like him showing all the fellas, including Brian. And Brian called him out on it. He was like, "Hey, you want me to step away, or whatever? Because that's not how you handle this." You know what I'm saying? So,
I don't think he should have showed it to all the guys. I thought that was weird.
yes, I mean, usually is something sacred that a husband thinks about, his wife, and how
Mhm.
either she presents and what she's done. Well, everybody know that she was a stripper, but sometimes I feel like they're a little bit more protective than that. And I was just like, "Ooh, you just kind of like got her ass out." Like I was just like, "Yeah, no, I was,
Literally.
I did not like it." Um, all the fellas was there except for Q, but Q had already seen it.
Yep.
And they was like, this is what caused the donator to pull out. They were all empathetic. No one really made fun of it at all, but Q did make some fun of it later on when they got into the fight. We'll get there. They say you can't tell what happened. She took money and she closed the door. And Merce said, so should I be happy with the possibility of my wife being the headmaster of the campus? They was like, well, you did marry a stripper. He said it didn't matter to you then. Why does it matter to you now? And I was like, I guess. And then Merch was like, well, I guess I got $2 million to raise now. Yes, yes. Now we know why
Uh-huh.
Quentin loved him some Shelby. Yes, he didn't have to. Go. This is true. This is very true. He did not have to show it in order to talk about it. I absolutely agree. He could have showed it to one person if you want. Yes, 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 yes. And like I said, I think Brian handled it correctly because I would have been uncomfortable myself. So I was just like, you
Yeah.
know. Well, if there's one question you have to ask yourself, who's better at rocking the mic, Candace or Shelby? Merch sucks
Ooh.
his teeth, right? He said he doesn't know. Everyone remembers who rocks the mic the best. So that's bullshit, Merch. And then Shelby, and then Merch was like, and then they was like, Merch. He was like, is it even close? He was like, no. I was like, damn. I was like, he made Candace look bad. He was
He
like,
did.
he said, no, it ain't close. And Merch was like, stop. I was like, if Candace ain't good at rocking the mic, then why would we say that that's what she's doing in that particular, instance?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, she rocks the mic. She can rock the mic. I was just like, oh my God, this is just all like, he's trying to get different perspectives, but it just didn't. It was too, yes, very messy, very messy. I was like, I see what y'all was doing, but it's not working. It's not working out for me. So we're gonna cut to the ladies. Mia, what is Lance doing when he's retired? Shelby said, if you don't get him some golf lessons, he is gonna drive you crazy.
Uh,
He said he can drive me crazy all he wants. The children would love to have him around, and that is true because you kind of forget with a football player, they are always traveling, at least 6 months out the year, and then when they're not, I believe they're practicing.
the
You know,
training and stuff like
training
that.
and
They
practicing.
have an off season, but part of the off season they're training, so they
Yeah,
only have maybe a couple months out the year to themselves, maybe.
right. And you saw Jordan. She was like, "Has Lance ever thought about writing his memoirs? He has such a huge legacy, and yours too. It would be a great thing to explore. A perfect time to reflect." Me, it was like, maybe you're right. Maybe it is. And so that was the mention. Now she said she didn't know that she was gonna make a full blown conversation of it when they went to dinner at the toast. I was like, yeah,
Right.
that was kind of bad. Hey, Savannah. Yes, doing too much. Doing too much. Okay. So they talked about being frat brothers and sisters. They're talking about their values. Harper poses the question because he's still trying to get this title down. Um, Being one of the main principles in life. And he said, no, he didn't say that about tradition. He said, well, if you had to sum up your values in 3 words, what would they be? So Harper says, he goes first. You remember what he said?
Something about creativity.
Stability and partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his. And then Brian said tradition, family, and love. Merch is a little off. It says ancestry, perseverance, and children. Okay. And then Q said money, bitches, pussy, and getting head.
Quentin.
Exactly. He said, first of all, that's 4. He was
4.
like, put pussy slash getting head. I was like, Lord have mercy. And then Lance, he was very a matter of fact, God, family, football.
Yeah.
And Harper said in that order. He said in that order. I was like, okay, I liked it. Cut to the next morning. Lance goes for a morning run. Harper's out there. He beats him outside. He ready to go. He was like, Lance, he did not want to go with him, but he's trying to go out and try to get more information. They're talking about him moving out here is the best thing they ever done. Harper talks about him and Robin conceiving. It's been putting a strain on their pockets. And Lance jokes about the low sperm count again. So that's like a running joke in this.
Right.
Harper's like, no, it's not me. It's not me. I don't have. He was like, it's okay if you do. He said, nothing to be ashamed about. I'm not ashamed. I was like, this is just a mess. So he gets tired of running. He's sitting up there acting like he about to throw up because he can't catch his breath. Lance talks about Faith being a breech baby. And after 29 hours, oh my God, that reminds me of my pregnancy.
Girl, was you in there for that long?
I was in there for, it felt like longer than that. Yeah.
I would die. That's
I went in the labor on the 7th, and I didn't have my son until the 10th.
Oh, Nita, you went through it. You went through it. Right. You went through it, honey. God.
Yes. Oh my God. And then he said, the baby wasn't even breathing when it came out. It was the longest 15 seconds of his life, but his faith never wavered. And then Lance just left. And so we cut to Jordan and Brian, and he's getting ready to leave. She was like, ooh, we had such a good time this morning. I thought we were going to wake up the whole house. I was like, oh. And as they were kissing, she says, go ahead. I know you got to stick to a schedule. You got to get to the airport and all this other stuff. He's like, I really love this independent woman thing and all, but sometimes you act like you don't need me. And she counters back and said, I don't. I was like,
you don't tell no man that.
She and then as soon as she says it felt like she knew she had made a mistake.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like a self-sabotage move for me. Like they just got finished talking about the BBC and talking about, do you really want to go in this direction? And it almost felt like, I don't know, it felt like she threw that monkey wrench in there for some darn reason. And I'm not quite sure.
No, I think that was an honest answer from her. It's because she is Miss Independent. She is Jordan Armstrong. She's not supposed to need a man, right? So to me, that was her genuine response. Like, I don't need you. But I think, like you said, when she said it, she was like, oh, damn, that wasn't the best response to give.
Yeah. I definitely wouldn't have. I would have softened it up and like, you're a nice to have. I don't need you, but you're a nice to have. Like, I have my appetizer, I have my dinner, and your dessert.
Ooh, no, Nita. You had me until that last part now. You turning the knife a little bit.
Really? Oh. Somebody said it was so sad. Okay, Monique said
you the main course. He's the appetizer, entree, and dessert. If that's your man.
Right, a nice add-on. Okay, I'm gonna stop being mean because somebody else called me mean. On on the first one, called me mean. Okay. I couldn't deal with labor, child. Whew. You know what messed me up? I got the epidural too early. I got it too early. I should have rocked it out for a couple more hours because it really slowed down my labor. Like I wasn't dilating. Not that y'all want to know none of that. Let me shut up anyway. Maybe that's for a story time one day. Um, so Brian counters back, and I think he did. Everybody needs somebody, Jordan. I was like, that's a perfect response. I'm okay with that response.
Yeah.
He said he'll call her when he lands, or maybe he should just text her and then he leaves. I was like, oof. So you know he feels some type of way about it. Jordan knows that she fucked up. Harper tries to wave goodbye, and I guess Brian ignores him because he was like, "What the fuck is up?" Like, and she was just
Uh-huh.
like shrugging her shoulders, like, "Oh well." So we cut to Harper in the kitchen. He has to go to the market for Robin because the chef got sick and now she has to cook. So here we go again. She's gonna be on her feet. He feel like she's doing too much and all of that. So let's keep that
Uh-huh.
in the Rolodex. We're gonna put a pin in that. They go to the market, have some small talk. I didn't want to get all into that or whatever.
Yeah.
Back at home, Shelby is fussing with her agent about the contracts for the housewives. Then Kennedy is making a gingerbread house and she yells at her to stop eating. I was like, well, I
That
mean,
was terrible.
yeah, I was so sad. Q asked, what's wrong with you? She said, you're not a parent, so you don't know how to handle a kid. He was like, you don't have to be a parent to know that you're not handling them right. And I was
Hello.
like, right. And then he slides the candy bowl over to Kennedy while they're arguing. They're screaming at the top of their lungs. And then next thing you know, Mia jumps in, hey, neutral corners. And she separates them. And during that time, somehow, some way, Quentin and
Uh-huh.
Shelby's phone got a switcheroo.
Got a little switcheroo. Little switchy switch.
I'm I'm the all you can eat buffet child.
I know that's right, Savannah, honey.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that's right.
Okay. So then Shelby walks away and then she notices it's not her phone. She sees the video of Candace that they've been showing all over the place. Merch is trying to schedule a face-to-face meeting with the donor that backed out. Shelby knocks on his door and shows him the video. So she's just like this,
Uh-huh.
showing him the thing.
He
And
said,
then
"Keep your ass in
he
here."
answers me. Yeah, so cut to the ladies in the kitchen. Jordan comes in all awkwardly. She's asking them what they're cooking. Robin is like, salad. She's like, oh, right, it's very pretty. I was like, Robin, what? I mean, not Robin, Jordan, just be quiet. She was like, I'm really happy for you and Harper. And Robin, I thought this was an odd response. I thought the answer would be thank you, but she said,
Right.
why are you telling me this? I was like, oh.
So weird. She was such a bitch. This movie. She was just such so bitchy. Like,
She was. She was. She was. She was like, I don't know if we'll ever be friends, but I just wanted you to know that I'm happy for you guys. He's my boy, and you're having this baby, and his new book is brilliant. Here we go again with this. And that's
uh-huh.
I told you. I say it's the pregnancy hormones.
I don't know. It's her damn personality. I don't think so. Especially after how I saw how shit went in the finale. No, that's her.
Right.
Yeah.
Then Robin was like, you've read his book? And Candace was like, oh shit. Like she was off to a good start. And then
Yep.
she fucked it up with that one. So Harper and Hope, I think no, it was Harper and Faith out on the backyard patio. She said, Mommy really loves having you all here this holiday. It's making her feel so much better. So again, it's still playing into this thing where, Harper
Yeah.
feels like something is wrong, something is off, like she's smaller and all this other stuff. So then Quentin realizes that he has Shelby's phone and she must have his phone. And he runs up to the house to find Shelby because he realizes the phones have been swapped.
Yeah.
So they're back, and it looks like Shelby looks like she's blackmailing Merch some kind of way. She storms out and she sees Q, and she was like, "Oh, this is yours, and you need to change the privacy settings. The girls in these DMs are just nasty." He said, "All I mess with is dimes." She said, "Oh yeah, except for her." But like he's fantasizing something that she did. Like she may not be a 10, but something that she did in the bedroom must have did something for him.
Uh-huh.
Um, so cut to Harper. Are you sure you haven't noticed anything weird about Mia? Robin was like, no, she's just been the sweetest. She offered us to raid her garage to take anything that we need for the baby. So he was like, so you want to take some hand-me-downs now? Robin was like, you know it's some quality stuff here. He's like, no. She was like, relax. She was
Too
like, stop being
prideful. Much
it's
pride.
Christmas. Stop being a Grinch. So
Yeah.
there he is again. I think Harper operates in ego.
Pride and
Very
ego.
yeah. He said, why ego?
I said pride and ego.
Oh yeah, pride and ego. Yes, like if you can't, child, trust me, you would be begging for some the way kids grow through them clothes and stuff like that. You would
Uh-huh.
be none the wise but to take those hand me downs. She don't need them no more. I mean, y'all be doing her a favor, and you
Right.
will be the help that you need as well. Because he talking about he had financial problems and all this other stuff. Then now he don't want. Maybe it was because it was from Lance. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I think it's pride and ego because he don't, you know, his money situation. He's just too prideful. Too prideful. Which I get
Yeah,
it. Don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to admit that they're broke. Nobody
exactly.
nobody wants to admit that. So that's not easy. So I can understand to an extent, you know.
Right, right. So they're at dinner, and the dinner scene was very, very nice. Let me see if I got a picture. I got a couple. Don't have many, but I
Yeah,
thought they I thought they looked really, really nice.
they did.
Yeah. Yeah. And something always goes down at the dinner scene, okay? So
Mhm.
if you don't know anything else, when everybody's sitting at the dinner table, it's about to go down. um so the first conversation they talk about sending a dick pic through a text or whatever. He calls it a stimulus package. Robin was saying that she wouldn't mind, like sexting with her mate or whatever. And Shelby asked, "What about you, Candy?" Because she already knows. She already know. She was like, "Oh hell no, you would never catch my coochie on YouTube. My mother would be mortified." And everybody's looking at Shelby because we know that she's like throwing these darts trying to test Candace. Like, but Candace is oblivious. She doesn't know anything, and that was another reason why it hurt even more, because I remember in the first one how Lance was so hurt because everybody else knew and he was the only odd man out looking real stupid and stuff like that. So yeah, I you know, let me see. Um Candace tells Merch she's doing it again. I'm about 1 second off her ass. Boy, that cat fight was good, wasn't
Mhm.
it? Mia gets up to say the speech, and she was like, "You all being here is a gift. The best Christmas gift I ever had." Harper, forget your agent. I'm sure this new book is gonna be great. Then everyone's like, new book, what? Lance is like, let's change the subject. We're not even talking
Uh-huh.
about
Right.
it. Then Harper confesses that his last book didn't do well. Which why are we focusing on that? Anyway, I digress. Robin says every setback is a setup for the next comeback. Shelby said, "Who said that, Dr. Seuss?" Candace said, "Your mama said it when she had you." I said, "Bitch."
Ooh, that's a good one. That was a good one.
It was. I mean, they was that the banter was here. Let's have some dessert. And because Shelby is a housewife, and then Candace is an extra, so she had it with her though.
Sure did.
So then we get to my favorite scene. My favorite scene is the talent show.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
So let me see. Hold on. Okay, babe. All right, hold on. Let me get the thing off so we can say bye bye properly.
oh wait, not yet. I said at 9.
Oh, oh,
Girl,
okay.
at 9.
Oh, okay, okay. I missed all that. I just
Oh,
said you let me feel good. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So yes. So okay. Let me put my little
the
screen up
dead
there. Look at all
skin.
the ladies looking lovingly at their little
Yes.
looking lovingly at their little buddies.
Let
And
me ask you a question real quick. The actress that plays Mia, do you think she was just naturally skinny at that time in real life, or do you think they had her lose weight to look frail and sick for the role?
yeah, because I remember I felt like in The Best Man, she always looked smaller. She looked smaller than when she played Ebony in the Players Club. You remember Ebony in the Players
Yeah.
Club? That was thick. But I think when she went to Best Man, I felt like she was really small in there too.
Yeah, it's true. She's always been petite. She's always been petite, but she just seems smaller. But
Yeah,
now in real life, if you see her now, she's gained some weight,
yeah,
um, or whatever. But I was just curious because she looks
yeah. I think she probably could have lost 10 pounds, and you could really just
see
see.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could see it like that. But yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's always
Okay,
been.
so everybody was okay. She was wondering that too.
She was
Yeah.
really skinny.
I think it's possible that they knew that they was writing her sick
I
and
think she
especially
lost some weight because
yeah, and especially since Harper kept on asking about it. Like that she looked in, that she looks, you know what I'm saying? He kept making it a thing. So I definitely think she probably lost some weight to do this.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Um so Merch gets up. They doing Can You Stand the Rain or whatever. Merch gets up to do his standout moment because everybody get their little time to do it. Child Chevy gets up and just be like, woo, woo. And then next thing you know, what's her name? Candace. She takes off her damn jacket trying to compete with her.
Uh-huh.
And then next thing you know, Shelby throws some black panties at Merch and hits him right here, almost in his face, like at his shoulder.
Yeah.
He's like, bitch, you know what? You need help.
How do you take off your pants, girl? This ain't a Prince concert. What's wrong with you?
Right. She was like, I was just into it. They're clean. And so yes, and after this beautiful, beautiful rendition of Can You Stand the Rain, which I absolutely loved. Everybody goes to their bedrooms to have some Mr. Freaky, freaky, sexy time. And
Uh-huh.
everybody was getting it in. Now, what I did notice, and I was surprised, I mean, I don't know. I felt like, okay, Robin and Harper made love. Then afterwards, they had an argument. I was like, who does that?
It's weird, but people be talking after sex, and then it seems like he just held that in, basically. Like, but
Okay.
it was weird. It was like, okay, didn't y'all just
Right. I was just so
like?
confused.
Yeah,
I was just like,
it's true.
just know how to ruin a damn moment. So, because of course, Quentin and Shelby, they don't have anybody. So Quentin is in the windowsill taking the dick pic, and he sends it to Shelby. She's shocked. He's cracking up, and then it starts thundering outside. And then he gets on his knees to pray, talking about, "I'm sorry, God, but you made me this way." Um, cut to Harper fussing with Robin after they just made love. Like these are my notes. Like I'm just sitting in here, like as I'm writing the notes, I was just like, he so the thing was about, I think it was about the book, the mention of the book, why Mia knows about the book, something
Mhm.
or another about that. She said she didn't know that Mia was going to make it the topic of discussion at dinner. So she apologizes. You see her eyes get teared up. And then next thing you know, Harper drops another bomb on her and says that NYU fired him
Uh-huh.
due to budget cuts. She's surprised. Why didn't you tell me? He said, he's desperate. She said, we're fine. He said, it's not fine. He hasn't written a bestseller in years. Our insurance is shit, and all of these fertility treatments. And I'm afraid, like I think he was about to say that she's gonna lose. She may lose the baby or whatever. Something may
Yeah.
happen with the baby. Um, and then she says, "You know, it's not my fault. What happened to the other baby?" He said, "I'm not blaming you, but
Right.
in the next breath, that's what it felt like you did." So he said he's not blaming her, but then he starts to point out all the things that she did. The doctor told you to rest, but you wouldn't rest. You wouldn't take it easy. You kept working. I was like, "Ooh, is he gaslighting her?" I was like, "What is that?"
Ooh.
So I was like, he was like, "I just feel like you're gonna." She was like, "Stop it, Harper, stop it." She was like, "I can have this baby. I can have this baby." And she's like full on in tears. And she's trying to be positive because I told you he is a negative Nancy. Negative, well, negative, whatever, man's name. A negative Nelson. So,
Ooh.
and she said, "Don't you ever think I don't doubt myself? Why can't I carry my babies?" She said she's trying to be positive for both of them. As far as Lance goes, ask him. And you have to be okay either way. You will be okay either way. And you have to believe that. And so she, of course, she's trying to bring it back positive and all this other stuff after he done said all those hurtful things to her. I was just like, see, I told you, don't get married. See, if you would have took my we wouldn't be here. Um, so Merch is using the bathroom. Shelly walks into the bathroom with her lingerie on and the titties was sitting. "You seem so stressed." He was like, "I am, and this isn't helping. I might be able to help." She said, "Let's have dinner." He was like, "Can we just have lunch?" And she was like, "No, it's my money, my terms. I have to see your business plan." I was like, "Oh Lord." And then, like, not Harper, Merch has no sense whatsoever. You let the person leave out the bathroom first. You wait a couple of minutes, and then
Right.
you come out. Like, he comes out straight behind Shelby
Yep.
and runs smack into Q. And he was just like looking real sneaky. So then we're going. Robin is asleep. Uh, he goes downstairs to get some water, and then he hears some coughing, and he goes in to find where the coughing is coming from,
Oh.
and he sees Mia with a bloody rag coughing up blood.
Ooh wee.
It was bad. They go to the table to talk. She tells him that she has cancer. It's aggressive. We didn't want to tell anyone, but it's been so lovely having everyone here underneath one roof.
Right.
Um, he was like, "Did you try everything you could?" She was like, "Yeah, holistic, chemo, trials, everything. We've tried everything, but it's
Yep.
just too aggressive." And she said, "They have no idea what's about to happen to them." I was
Yeah, it was a lot of blood. I was like,
like,
damn.
yeah. Harper says not to think like that. I'm like, we're past that point. I'm like, are you following the train of thought where we're going with this whole thing? So she was like, I try my hardest to make my peace with this. And Lance is going to need you. Please be there for him. Then Lance comes down, told her to come to bed and get some rest. And then she said, Harper knows. And then she leaves and goes to bed. Lance talks to Harper. Oh, did you have anything to say about that?
It was just sad. It was
It
it
was.
was yeah.
It was. Harper says that he feels really, really bad for him. Lance says he's gonna keep on praying. You know, he got that faith. He said it's his turn now, and he was like, "Are you kidding me about praying?" He was like, "Yeah, we're all gonna bear witness to an amazing miracle." And I was like, "Okay,
He's in denial.
yeah, yeah." So cut the candy. Candace and Merch trying to get some sloppy toppy going on.
Uh-oh, we got to get to the good stuff now.
Yes. He's all stiff. He got his legs in the way. She's like, move your legs, move this or whatever. Look, she's trying to check the mic. Okay. So she said, it's okay, baby. Let Candy take care of you.
Uh-oh.
Merch says, is that how you talk to your customers?
Baby, that was the wrong thing to say.
I'm trying to figure out in what multiple universe did he think that question, what kind of answer did he think he was going to get for that
That
question?
was his insecurity. That's what made him ask that question, was his own insecurity in that moment.
I was like, how did he think that conversation was going to go? Yes, he is smart, but he doesn't have not a lick of sense. I was like, Merge, no, you did not. Miss Curry said, open mouth and inserts foot. Exactly.
Right.
She was like, girls. She started calling for her baby. She was gone. She was like, get your stuff. And he's like, honey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She said, what? Everybody already knows I'm a dick sucking stripper asshole, don't they? Yes, we do. I said,
Shelby. Yes, we do.
I was like, oh God. Next thing you know, they are screaming at the top of their lungs. Shelby says, can somebody tell me why he chose this $5 hoe over me anyway? I said,
Ooh.
She was like, shut up. She was like, shut the fuck up, you bitch. Your nasty ass kissed Flavor Flav in the damn mouth on national TV. And she said, well, at least I didn't swallow dick for tips. She said, yes, you did, you skanky bitch. It's called alimony. I said, oh my God. They was like, they was verbal tussling. It was bad. Candace smooshed her. She smooshed her, smacked her right in her forehead. Then Shelby threw a water bottle at her. Merch tries to get in the middle. He gets socked in the nose. I was like, oh my God. And then it was an all out. It was a mess. It was a mess. You have anything? Yes, it was a cat fight. I'll try to see if I got that GIF in my thing. No,
it was I got the girls are fighting.
Yes. Oh, why I can't hear? I'm gonna have to redo that one. But yes, the girls are fighting. Lance comes and picks Shelby up like a little rag doll. I was like, this the pure strength of a man. Like that is just so crazy how he just picked her up like that. And she's flinging and swinging. And man, when I tell you, they looked like they was really in that joint fighting. Didn't that look good? I mean,
they had a stunt double.
Right. Okay.
It was obvious. Like, really? Oh yes, they had a stunt double in that scene, especially Shelby.
Oh, okay.
So part of that scene was her, part of that scene was a stunt double, but they was definitely tussling.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the poor babies, mommy, are you okay? Mommy.
Right. Mm-hmm. She was like, mommy, what? I was like, oh my God. She was like, oh, baby, I'm sorry. She was still in fight. She was still in fight mode. So it was just a mess. And then Mia, she was just disgusted.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right. Then the men
this scene was funny. I love this scene.
The men were in the truck and they were going to practice with Lance or whatever. Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, Q and Merch are in the back seat fighting. doing monkey paws and all kinds of. Oh my god, that
Monkey
shit was
paw.
so funny to me. That
Very
was so
sweet.
funny. Yes, Crystal and Alexis cat fighting child. Back at home, the ladies are with the kids. Mia is actually losing function of her hand coordination, so she was trying to put a ribbon
Yep.
on the baby's Hope's hair, and it wasn't working out. So she asked Faith to do it. The next thing you know, she gets up and she tries to put an ornament on the tree, and she must gets discombobulated, lightheaded, and she just falls down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And Jordan sees her and runs over there, and Mia just cries in her arms and said that this is not fair. What about my babies? And they don't really know
What's
what's
going
going
on?
on. So yeah, so they're just like, listening and trying to console her and all this other stuff. And Shelby get the kids. She was like, "Come on, let's watch TV. Mommy's okay." And then next thing you know,
When I tell you that scene gets me every time.
yes, yes,
She says, "What about my babies?" Like
yes,
that scene, I'm not a mother yet, but I'm a woman. I'm putting myself in that motherly position.
hmm,
And it's like, no, first of all, I always say no parent should have to bury their child,
right,
but no parent wants to leave their child either. Like you don't want to
right,
leave this earth before your child. Like so
right,
when every time I watch that, when she says, "What about my babies?" Like the
right.
fact that she has to go when they're so little. They're not even teenagers. They were so young. So oh my gosh, I just feel for her. I just feel for that scene. This is where the movie, like I said earlier,
Yeah.
it goes from a high
Hmm.
laughter, this to then it's just to me emotionally, it just takes me down
Yeah. Yeah.
after this
It
part.
does. It does. So they finally get to practice, and then next you know, Harper's cell phone is going crazy. Jordan, Robin talking about me and me and me. Q sees what I will say. Q is very intuitive. He's very like he can read off of somebody's energy. He knows when something is not right. He knows, like, I love his intuition and how intuitive he is. I picked up on that, and he picked up that something is not going right. He was like, "Come on, man, tell me what's going on. Don't bullshit me." So he ends up telling them, and because it's like an emergency. So we cut into the ladies in the kitchen. Shelby is cutting onions. She's on the phone with her agent talking about she can't come back right now. Then she says, make some kind of excuse. And she was like, I guess they asked to bring the camera crew down there. And she said, no, nobody gets to see this. And she slams the phone down and she leaves the kitchen to get herself together because she's like, these goddamn onions. But she was really crying because everybody is knowing what is going on now. So Jordan puts me to
Right.
bed and tells her to get some rest. I'll wake you when the rest of the family gets here. And then she goes into the bathroom and takes a bath while the water is running and have a good cry. And I was like, it broke my heart. Like all of the things, like
All
everything was, piling up.
yep.
And so, oh man, that bathroom, like that is my place to cry. Like in the shower, in the bath. That's so that was so real to me. So,
Yeah.
um, the song that was playing, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Lance is done with practice. They're all standing there. He knows that something is up, and he comes over to them. And Merch is the first to hug him, and then Q, and then Harper looked like he didn't even really want to hug him. I was like, ugh, I don't know. Something about Harp is giving me fake. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like Harper. I'm sorry. Cut to Harp reading a book to the kids. Lance wants to go up and oh no, not Lance wants to go up. Q wants to go up to be with Mia, and Lance tells him to go on upstairs. And then Mia and Q are in the bedroom smoking weed. Child, you messing up my good girl image. He said, "I won't tell. I won't tell if you don't." Then she was like, "Oh man, this is just like deja vu for you. Your mom, right?" He said, "Yeah, man. I was 13. My mom was so strong, just like you. She didn't tell anyone that she was sick either. My dad just kept working, got to make the money. That's all he knows. And one day she was here, and the next day she wasn't." I was like,
Mm-mm-mm. That's tragic.
so the question that I posed to you
Uh-huh.
and everybody else, let me know, do you think preparing your child
Oh,
for
Lord.
your, if you know, is that the better way to do it, or the surprise element? Is there um I think because the kids are so young, but I feel like when it's sudden like that, it's so traumatic. But I feel like if you have
Very.
time and you can kind of prepare your mind, you can kind of prepare your mental, you can try to start working through the things. But I think, with them being so young, I feel like maybe the oldest kid might have been like 12, 13, or something like that. Yes. Yeah, and he does pretend to be perfect. Tina. Yeah, that was heartbreaking. I don't know. How you feel about him, Mo? You think if the kids were a little bit older, maybe they would have prepared them, or maybe they just wanted to spend the good moments with them and
Well,
not have
they
about
knew mommy was sick. They knew mommy was sick, so it's not like they didn't know anything. They knew she was sick,
her. Okay.
but I don't know how in depth they knew. But they did know because that's what they. I think there was a scene where someone said it. They just know mommy is sick, so
Right.
they don't necessarily know. They can't comprehend what cancer is or how aggressive it is. But they did know that they at least knew their mom was sick, which was to me was good because they're so little too. It's like
Right. That's what I was saying. You don't want it to like kind of overtake their thoughts and stuff like that. That is heavy stuff to process. But yeah, I think we leaving it at mommy is sick is a pretty good, you know. I think that's
right.
pretty good for their age range. Now, for maybe older kids, I
Yeah.
probably give them a chance to prepare and all of that stuff. So,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and Monique says, if there's a chance I'm surviving, I'm letting them know. Okay. Oh, what if there's not a chance of surviving? Okay, I'm telling. Yeah. I agree. I agree. But like I said, I think it's just their age range, and that's what makes it a little bit more conflicting. Okay. So Mia says, who's gonna be here for you? Because it feels like, now they didn't show this, but it feels like they had some type of closer relationship
Then what we I
than what
agree.
we've seen. He was like, I don't
Agree.
know, but somebody is. So, it's something to think about. Because he seemed like he was really, really hurt at that funeral. Like Jordan was very hurt as well. But he was like physically torn up to the point that Kennedy had to get up from her mom and go sit with him and hold his hand and kind of console him. So yeah, it was something. Okay, so Shelby and Merch meet in another room. He asks how she doing. Is she feeling better? And she says no. She asked him, have you talked to Candace? He said, by text. I hate texting. He asked about Kennedy. He said, she's all right despite her having a horrible mother. All I do is criticize her for not being her. And she was like, who am I? He said, oh, well, that's a loaded question. She said, well, thanks for the support, honey. He's like, I'm not your honey. I'm not here for you like that anymore, Shelby. I was like, this, yes, come on, Merch, for putting your foot down.
Finally.
Right. And then she was like, oh, the night couldn't get no worse. And then Q comes out of Mia's room. I don't know. He had like a jacket on. I don't know what the hell. He had a lamp with fire, and I don't know how that food came out. He was talking about medicinal weed. That's on another level. And Shelby was like, um, Jordan and Harper. Uh-oh. She gives him this iPad, y'all. And it has the markup with Lance bio on it. He was like, email it to me and delete that from the iPad. I don't want him to get the wrong impression. And she
Mm.
was like, well, she gave it to him. She said, this is yours. You go ahead and you do whatever. If you want to delete it, you delete it. But he doesn't. And then she talks about Mia. She's like, I'm losing my best friend. She starts to cry and said, I should have known and been here for her. She would call me and email me and reach out to me, but I was just too busy. And now this, I should have known. And he gets up to kind of console her, of course. And then she said, I love you, Harper. He kisses her on the forehead. Robin walks right in at that particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you
This is
know, he
where I'm about to
takes.
go in on Robin. This is where I'm
Okay,
about
okay.
to go in on Robin.
I'm gonna let Mo have it. Come on.
First of all, bitch, you know what is going on. This woman is dying of cancer. It is no longer a secret. Everybody knows. You know that Jordan is her best friend.
Mhm.
It does not take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. Jordan is crying. Harper is consoling her. They're not making out. You didn't catch them hunching. So why are you getting so upset and you storming off and I thought that was selfish and inappropriate of her to react that way. She looked dumb, she looked insecure, and it was just to me it was selfish and it was just stupid. Like I just that pissed me off so bad.
Right.
You know what's going on. Like if
I
she's
agree.
crying, like he console her. Like I don't give a shit about you being pregnant. Because to me she would have done that pregnant or not pregnant. Because to me it's just her personality. This is I'm not making this shit up. It's the way they portray her, in my opinion. There's things that I like about her, but there's also some things
I get it.
I'm not too fond of. And
Sure.
that scene pisses me off every time I watch it. That scene pisses me off every damn time. Every damn time.
Monique said Robin had a 15-year flashback.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, Lance
Like,
and
bitch, you
Harper.
signed up for. You know what you signed up for. You just like Inga said, you chose to marry him. So,
Yeah,
baby girl, you knew that not Robin, you knew that Jordan wasn't going nowhere.
exactly.
So her best friend is dying of cancer. She's crying. He hugs her, and you have a fit. Oh, bitch, you need to grow up. You need to grow
A
up.
whole hissy fit. He was like, it's complicated. Like, I was just like, yeah, she really dove off the deep end with that one. Um, Lance and Harper, they're bonding and
I'm
talking to
done.
each other while wrapping gifts. So yay.
Hey, some brotherhood.
Yay. Right. So Christmas Eve, they're going to the church to feed the homeless or the needy or whatever. It looks like they were doing something. They had like a production where the church is opening up their, whatever for, Santa. And then Q comes down as Santa, falling down, knocking over trees and shit. Shelby was like, "Is he drunk?" Then Lance and Harper are still bonding. Mia points it out to Robin. Robin is with the icky face, but she doesn't say anything. She was just like, yeah. Then with Q asks for a ride with Lance. Now, riddle me this. I thought that was Harper's iPad that Jordan gave to him. Lance goes in his car to start it up. The iPad is in somebody's purse. But who purse was that? Mia's purse? Was that Jordan's purse?
Or maybe it was like a work bag, maybe
It
like a
might have
briefcase
been.
bag type of.
Okay, I thought it was pink though, but I mean, I guess
No, it wasn't pink. It wasn't pink.
it wasn't pink. Okay. Um, let me see. Let me see what
Mm-mm.
everybody. Oh, oh yeah, that's another thing. Like you don't want people to be all wrapped up in your mortality. We want to have memorable moments. Yes.
I always say let people know. Let people know so that
Okay.
they can also I just feel like it's best. I don't agree with like with all due respect, like with Chadwick Boseman, I understand why he didn't tell people, but I still feel like it's wild that he didn't tell people. Like certain people that he was close with didn't even know.
Right.
I just feel like you're robbing people of the chance to say their goodbyes, to outpour you with love, to tell you, it's just there's so much that you're taking away from somebody when you rob them of that. So I always think,
And they could be robbing themselves as well, because
yeah,
sometimes people do get hung up in their own life, and not that they forgot about you, but if they knew, they would make the effort, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And not, it kind of sounds funny like that, but at the same time, you do know when we're adults, we're adulting, you know what I'm saying? So life gets with you,
yeah,
life gets a little mundane and stuff like that, and just because you don't hear from people doesn't mean that they don't love you and all of that stuff, but
exactly.
you kind of rob yourself of that support and that love as well. So that's one thing. That's another thing. But
I
yeah,
just
thank you,
know,
Tina, for your opinion on that one. I'm cool with that too. I'm cool with that.
I just know when it death is hard, but when I know if I were to take a survey and ask people, most people would rather have an idea, be able to say their goodbyes, do all that versus something being sudden. When someone dies suddenly
Yeah,
off the rip, you don't get to say goodbye. It's sudden, it's out of no, it's so much left unsaid. So I feel like you're blessed with the opportunity to have 6 months, whatever, or however long you may have to kind of let people know. You let people know.
yeah,
Don't, like you said, don't rob yourself of those final moments either. So
right, right. So, like I said, Lance went over and he knocked it out because you remember I was trying to figure out. You know me, I'm always sitting up there trying to figure out how the hell. But I ain't gonna break that down. We got to get out of here in about 15 minutes. So then he goes back. He calls him a snake in the grass. He totally destroys the iPad,
yeah,
drops it on the floor. He's upset because I think he said if you just leave it to football, it's fine. But then I think he's seen pictures of his children and he doesn't want to exploit them. I think, as a father, you want to be in control of that and all of that stuff or whatever. But like
hmm
I said, I feel like this all could have been avoided because what the fuck? It's nothing scandalous in a biopic. I mean, a biopic. Now, now we're going through your tawdry college years, then yeah, we might be able to
yeah,
find some scandal and stuff like that. But I think we can start at your football career and all of that stuff. But yeah, I just felt like he just made so much trouble where it didn't need to be. And so
hmm
yeah. So anyway, he called him a snake in the grass. He was like, "Stay away from me and my family forever." What Cardi B say?
ever, forever. You don't have to be for me forever.
Yeah. And then Lance rolled out. He left Q. You remember Q already asked him for a ride. Q went in the bathroom, draining the main vein, and
Yeah, and he came back. He's like, what you do now? Damn.
exactly,
Uh-uh.
exactly. So Candace is at the house with the kids. They scream for daddy. Merch is so happy to see them. Robin says, "Come on, girls, let's get some hot chocolate." They go get some hot chocolate. Um, Candace and Merch are talking. Candace comes in. She says, I'm going to resign. He was like, absolutely not. Now, this is the merch that I love. This is the merch that I love. Like, all up, all of that, what he was doing in the beginning of the movie, I
Mm,
wasn't really here for it. But this is why I love merch. So she said
yeah.
she's going to resign. He said, absolutely not. The school does not work without you. We'll find some other kind of way. She said, just let me talk. I needed the money. I was young. I was dumb. She starts to cry. And she was like, and for the record, it was only once.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, I really do feel you should have came to me first about this. And he
Yep.
agreed. He said, you're absolutely right. I'm so sorry. He was like, you and those girls are my life. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so sorry and please forgive me. And I think she had already forgave him, you know what I'm saying, before she even got there. I think she knows her husband's heart, and
Yeah.
I think she feels like because she knows his heart that there was no malintent there, and he just misstepped, and I was like, okay, I got it. I'm here for it. I appreciate the communication. They had really good communication in the final chapters as well. When they were going through their thing and stuff like that, and I think I just liked it. I like their relationship. It's good.
Me too.
It's good. So okay, let's see. Yes, let people know so they can make time. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Happy New Year, babes. Hey, Tamika.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tamika.
yes, yes. Communication is key, and I thought that that was a very adult conversation where there was like she was
Yeah.
like, I felt the way. You should have come to me. He agreed. He wasn't being defensive. He was being very apologetic. It felt genuine. I was like, I'm here for it.
Yep.
Then cut the lance
He
and
took
Mia.
accountability.
Yes, very important. Very important. Cut the lance me and Mia. He's so angry, so mad. He said, I trusted him again, and he does it again. She was just like, we need the full story from Harper. We don't know what is going on. He said, no, fuck Harper, fuck Harper. She said, yeah, there it is. There it is. She said, you're so full of rage with him, but you need to be
Mm-hmm.
angry with me. We
Mm-hmm.
all played a part. He said, no, we never had this conversation before, and we are not about to have it right now. She said she deserved it. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was wrong, and I knew it would hurt you. I said, God damn. She was
She's
like, I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry that it hurt, how it hurt your relationship. Lance only comeback was like, you chose him. It's like, oh,
said I chose him. That's deep.
yes. I was like, ooh.
I feel like they should have been had that conversation a long time ago. She should have, because she knew the demise of the relationship that it what it caused.
Mhm, mhm.
I feel like she should have been said those things to him. She should have been confessed that and expressed that to him. So
Yeah,
I feel like it was late, too late, but
yeah. But
I guess
now
better late than never.
she's making it a request now that she was like she can't rest knowing, because okay, I'm like she always throw a little stank on it. I'm curious to see what she said in that phone call conversation when he was
Right.
playing. Like I wanted to know what she said, but I thought they played that scene. That scene was perfect. How well, we're gonna get there. Let me not jump. Okay. Mia said, she said, it's weighing you down. And she didn't even respond when he asked. He said, did you choose him? You chose him? She already told you she chose him. So we're not going to go back there. She was like, it's weighing you down. You got to let it go. You are going to need him. He's
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm not going to need him. She said, yes, you are. Mia said, I can't rest knowing that I've hurt your friendship like this. Um, I don't know. Did this feel like Lance first time seeing Mia with no hair?
I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Um, because it felt like she was trying to, like she might have
Like he
been
wasn't good.
hiding it from him so that he didn't have to experience that with her or whatever. And when she took it off, it felt like she was revealing that
Okay.
we're at the end of this journey or something like that, and I need you to see me where we are in the journey. So I don't know.
It's
I don't
quite
know.
possible. Okay, it's quite possible then. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, I mean it's just the way he teared up about it, because I'm like, if he's seeing her like that, I didn't expect that reaction or whatever. So then, of course, Q is kicking Harper while he's down. He's like, your merge is on the rocks. You try to exploit your best friend for your own gain. You got a low sperm count. Quentin is a mess. He asked Harper if he needed something. He was like, you need some money? Harper said, yeah. And it took him everything in him to admit to Quentin. And that's why I said Quentin is very intuitive. He knows, like, for some reason, he picks up on things. And, you know,
Mhm.
uh, he was like, I got you. He said, just this one time, I want you to say something. He was like, call me daddy. Quentin is so dumb. Oh, holy
Mm.
night. Oh my God. I wish I could sing, y'all. I swear this is the most beautiful Christmas song.
It
You know,
is
I
such
sing.
a beautiful song. You know who does a good rendition is Mariah Carey. Her "Oh Holy Night" is she sings
Yes, yes, yes.
on that one.
Love it. Love it. Oh, about to say, can you sing? You sick. Even if you could sing, you can't sing because your nose off.
I I can sing a little something, song, but not child, not today, not
Yes.
today.
Okay, Tamika said it was deep. It was deep. He was in denial. I swear it felt like it was some reason or another
Yeah, I
was
can see that.
going on. Okay. Yeah, Q is a mess. Call me daddy. And it was so cute, the fact that he had his Santa Claus suit on, like he was giving him a gift too. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I got you, almost like, something magical behind that. Jordan is leaving Brian a voicemail, and she was like, we're playing phone tag. I don't like it. I'm sorry for saying what I said. And then he surprises her and she kisses him. And like I said, I wish they would have stayed together. Lance says he's not playing today. It's Christmas morning, it's Christmas Day. He needs to be here for her. Mia says it's his gift to the world. Please, I'll be here when you get back. Lance and Harper's talking to study. He said he shouldn't have been dishonest about the book. Um, he was hesitant because of what happened last time. That's what I was saying. But he said he glad he did come. It's the most they've talked in years. He said, I want my best friend back, and I think you want the
Right.
same. And he said, why should I believe you, Harper? He said, literally, all I have is my word. And that's why you should believe me, because I ain't got nothing else for you. All I got is my word. Do you think not shooting blanks?
Uh-uh.
So what you think about did it feel genuine to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was genuine. Finally, he's being real. Finally, he's being honest. So
Okay.
it's just finally Harper. But yeah, I
Right.
it was genuine.
It's 9 o'clock. We're almost done though.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Let me see. What can I cut out? Okay. So Lance goes. He goes to pray or whatever. He Lance had this really good thing. He told him God family football. Mia wants you to play, and it's perfect because on Christmas Day you play for God. And so he kind of played up that religion thing, because he ain't about that or whatever. So
Yeah.
he was like, you need to ask him because he listens to you. You need me to hold your hand? He was like, get the fuck out. Okay, so Lance goes, he's playing, his head is not in the game. The coach benches him. Mia calls Harper. Lance is pissed. He's pushing cameras and cussing people out and all kinds of shit. So he talks to Mia. The everything kind of gets quiet. Everything, he's just listening to her, and she's telling him whatever. And next thing you know, he turns around, he throws the phone to Harp. He told Coach, "Put me back in." He goes back in. He does the damn thing. So I was like, "This kudos to you." Jordan was like, "What did you say to him?" She said, "I told him what I wanted for Christmas." I said, "Yes."
Oh.
That man be delivering for her whatever she want, baby,
Mhm.
baby. Whew. That gets me all hot and bothered. She was like, "Well, whatever it was, it worked." And Mia told Jordan that he could remarry anybody, but except that big booty girl from college that smelled like
That was so like that scene also made me feel just like, because
no,
to face the reality of like my husband will one day possibly remarry. It's just like, oh my gosh, like telling your
yeah,
friend that, like, yeah, he can remarry, but not her. Like, that's wild. Like, but that's real conversation people do have
exactly,
when they know they're about to die. Like that's
yeah.
facing mortality is just such a scary thing to me. Is very, very scary. So
It is. And then also too, she had the little pep talk with her saying that you're the kid's godmother for a reason, but I need you to be open to love. And she knows that that's probably one of her flaws. And when you're sitting up here and you're caring for children, you have to be open to love them. You can't be, Jordan strikes me as somebody that's kind of cold, and she may have walls up and stuff like that. And so, yes, I think she was trying to tell her to, for the kids, you gotta let some of that go or whatever.
uh-huh.
So he wins the game. He kneels, praises God, throws his hands up. So the song "I'll Be Home for Christmas" comes on. They rush home to Mia. They had a police escort and everything. He runs so damn fast. I thought he was still on the football field as fast as he was running up them damn stairs. All the kids was greeting him, lovingly hugging, 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 talking about "Daddy did it." You know what I'm saying? So it was such a cute moment. And Grandma said, "Let's give Mommy and Daddy some time." Oh God.
Mm-mm-mm.
He walks over. She looks exhausted. She looked drained. It actually looked like some of her energy is slowly leaving her body, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Um, she said, "You did it." And he's like, "I did." And she was like, "Thank you." She called him her hero. I was like, oh.
Oh.
He cries. He breaks that, like it looked like the same cry that he had at the altar. I swear to God. He cried,
Oh.
and she's like, "I love you, Lance Sullivan, and Merry Christmas." And he embraces her for the last time. Baby, when I tell you I was in here sobbing, sobbing, sobbing. So this is what was their last embrace. It was just so, oh, it was just so sad how they was just laying in the bed, and that's the last time
Yeah.
he would hold his wife, y'all. Baby, I wasn't no more good. No more good. So December 28th comes, that's 3 days later. She died on Christmas Day.
Ooh.
Everyone is gathering for the funeral, y'all. What y'all bringing to the repast? What y'all put in the comments? What y'all bring to the funeral? Um, Shelby stops Merch and gives him a red envelope. He's like, "What's this?" She was like, "Your Christmas miracle." He said, "Oh no, I can't." She said, "You can and you will. Just one thing, can the kids have play dates?" He agreed. She goes over to the car where Candace is, and in one sentence, she just says, "I'm
I'm
sorry." I was like, "That's fine. I'll take
Yep.
it. I'll take it, especially with that money." Okay, yeah, yeah. All right, boo.
Yep.
That's why in the
Boom.
final grade, that's why in the final chapters, everything was is all to the good. So it was fine. But then, girl, he was. That's because it was all good because then
She
Shelby crazy ass was on
quitting.
Quentin.
That's why.
Exactly. So that's another reason why everything was good. at the church. Oh my God, Anthony Hamilton and Marsha Ambrosius
Yep.
singing Always.
Ooh, every time it gets me every time, yo. Every freaking time I watch this movie.
Honey. Mm, mm, mm.
That is a
Yeah,
beautiful,
she bringing the
beautiful
Latin.
rendition.
It was. It was. It was.
A beautiful rendition
Yes,
of that
Tamika
song.
said she cried like a baby. Girl, I was no good. Uh-oh, Monique is bringing the greens and the cornbread. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Um, Harper has to read the eulogy. It takes him, I'm sure he
I
wrote it.
agree.
It took him a little minute to get himself together, but he was able to. Um, I do like that Shelby waited 10 years to let. You do or you don't?
Yeah, because I did not like that.
Yeah.
I was. I'll save it for the.
Okay. I felt like I honestly, because he didn't have a strong reaction to it, I felt like it was okay.
To me,
'Cause,
the writers to me flopped with that because I feel like Quentin. It just seemed like a missed opportunity for a real storyline. Like, because I feel like ain't no decent man gonna sit here and be like, oh, 10 years later, okay, honey. Like, that wasn't realistic to me. Like,
okay.
there was no argument. He didn't get upset at all. Like, that to me, it was just wild. I wish they would have, and I'm not saying to drag it out, but just show him having some type of emotion of like, well, why did you keep this? Why didn't you tell me? He didn't even ask the question. He just said, okay. Like, that's not, I
Yeah.
thought that was bad. I didn't agree with that writing. I thought that was
Okay.
not, I did not like that
Okay.
at
So
all.
Inga agrees. I just, I just thought it was.
Um,
I thought because Quinn is such a laid back kind of guy. I love how he just kind of just roll with the punches with it. Like, I mean,
yeah, but ain't no, nah, that shit is not realistic at all.
especially since they had been dealing with each other, they were in an on and off again
Exactly. So why would you not tell him? It was just so, ugh. I
weird,
did not
right?
agree with it. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it.
Right. At least it seemed like he was around. Yes, that's what I was thinking. I was like, it's not like he never had access to her, and it felt like that little
Exactly.
girl was drawn to him for some reason. Like even when at the funeral, like
Yep.
even when like he was taking up for her, like stop, don't do that to her, and he gave her the candy. I felt like Uncle Quentin. I think he was there. I think he was
Exactly.
there. So I mean, yeah. Okay, so yeah, Monique doesn't like it either. She said she thought that was terrible writing. It was a missed opportunity for sure.
Yeah, but like I said, they didn't have to drag it out, but just let the man have a natural reaction. Like,
Oh,
ask her, wait, why didn't you tell me, or what? How could you keep this from? Say something. The fuck?
mhm.
I don't know. That was bad writing to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like you can't change nothing. So, I mean, you can have the conversation, but I mean, sometimes it might kick up some. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I
But to
mean,
me, that's a normal, natural. It's a human natural response and reaction to have a concern if someone kept a child from you for 10 years. Like, that is a human. If you're if you're a non deadbeat person, you're a human, some sort of human reaction to that.
right,
Not saying you have to go off, or you don't have to, lash out, but you're gonna have some type of reaction. So I
right.
just thought that was one of the few moments in the show that was just,
Hmm. When Harper threw it in Shelby's face, see, he's a mess. That's the most we got out of you.
yeah,
And then, oh shit, that was so funny. After after he did that, he was like, "Keep my wife's name." Let me stop. We gonna get there, y'all. We gonna get there. We gonna get there for the final chapters. And Q is crying so bad at the funeral. that Kennedy actually goes up, and I was surprised he didn't have nobody sitting by him. He was like, it was like all these empty pews, and he didn't have anybody around him. So
Yeah.
anyway, Kennedy goes over and sits by him and holds his hand and kind of wipes his tears. I thought that was so sweet. And I kept looking at that little girl. I said, you know what? I think that is Quentin's baby. I kept on looking at her because the way his hair is curly and her hair is curly. And for some reason, I just always felt like
Yeah. Me too.
it was possibly, and when they wrote it like that, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So then next thing you know, you see Lance breaking down at the gravesite as she's being lowered into the ground, baby. Another
Ooh, yeah.
brutal scene. And Harper goes to grab him and he holds him and they both fall to the ground together and he's crying. Kennedy go oh Yeah, Kennedy goes over. They had the repast, y'all. So we got the mac and cheese, we got the cornbread, the greens, the lasagna. Okay, so we have to repast now. All right, and then Kennedy goes over to Candace asking, "Have you seen my mom?" Cut to her and Q in the damn bed talking. Why they keep doing this? He said, "What if this is in the cards for us? Let's give us a chance." And they looking at each other. And he was like, "Oh, hell no." And Shelby was like, "You're disgusting." And he got up because he ain't had no drawers or all that stuff. It was a mess. I just always love how they always kind of circle back around to each other. So I always knew that they was going to end up together.
Me too.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so Harper and Lance, they're out front talking about the eulogy, talking about how good it was and how nice it was. Um, then here we go. Harper brings up this whole thing about God, the big man in the sky. He was like, I don't know how to have faith in something like that. Lance was like, I can understand where you're coming from. He's like, but it doesn't change. He's still there. So Candace and Robin and oh y'all, I got to show y'all this face over there talking about Brian. Of course, Robin is twisting and turning, so it's like she's uncomfortable. She's having pains and all of this or whatever. And then next thing you know, she's sitting up here looking like this. Hold on, get it in focus. She is big as a house. Then next thing you know, she was like, Candace like, "Oh girl, you in labor." She was like, "Oh no, 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 just help me up so I can go to the bathroom." I said, "Girl, when you say you got to go to the bathroom when you feel in pain, you're in labor." Okay. So she was like, "I just got to go to the bathroom." And as soon as she stands up, her water breaks. And Jordan looks like this. Where's her face? That face was so funny to me. I was like, she was like, "Oh my God," she looked mortified.
Well, that would have been me. I would have been like,
She was like, "Harper." But anyway, y'all, we could just sum up them going. They're in traffic, going to the hospital. Um, Lance ends up delivering the baby. He said he was there for all four of his children's birth. He knows how to measure the cervix, about dilation. He's good with the vagina. That's what he said. It was a mess. Then Robin says that she was supposed to have a C-section, but go ahead, Lance, you can cut me. I said, "Bitch, what? Ain't nobody cutting you." He was like, "No, no, 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 no. We're not cutting anything." Lance, he
right.
definitely knew what he was doing, though. He delivered the feet first, and then she was having another contraction, and she was about to push, and he said, "No, no, 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 no. Don't push with this one. He got to get control of the baby, the umbilical cord, and all this other."
Yeah.
And he told her to breathe through the contraction. And child Candace was up there. When she breathing, drowning, it was just so chaotic in there. So chaotic. They had the doctor on the phone. Then they got into a bad connection and he was gone. So they finally get to the hospital, open the door. It's a girl. They got mom and baby safely inside. Everybody's in there taking pictures. I love their friendship. It was such a beautiful occasion. Everybody coming over, like, can I get in a picture too? And the baby was so pretty. It was a girl. She's so pretty.
Little cheek.
Yes. Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
rum
yes. Rum cakes, baby. That
and
is
lemon
it.
pound cake.
Hmm. Right. She was mortified. That face, baby. When I saw her make that face, I was done. Shit, I can't. Girl, that was a mess. I was cracking up. Right. She was cussing everybody out. Like, shut up. It was so chaotic in there. And then it was a beautiful,
Very.
and then it was the end. And we have a mid-credit scene, of course. Harper and Lance are together 10 months later. Q calls them, talk about, I'm getting married. Harper, I want you to be the best man.
Uh-huh.
He said just one thing, just as long as you ain't fucked her. And then the baby out in tears. He's like, yeah, baby, it's time. I was just like,
That
oh,
was too funny. Yep.
it was such a good movie. I enjoyed it so much. So
Yep, me too.
much. So
I
yes, I don't want to keep you, honey. You ready to go? I think I was just gonna ask a little questions about like who do people think that rest in peace, baby. Rest in
oh,
peace.
rest in peace. I want to see her in more movie roles. I feel like I don't see her a lot.
Right, right. That is true. That is true. Shelby is a mess. Okay, so yeah. Put that back up there.
Damn.
Ain't nobody mad at that picture. So y'all, so who was your favorite? Q is still the favorite. Is Q still the favorite
Trying to think who's my favorite though. I
in
don't
this
know.
installment? In this installment, it was a great sequel. It
It was
was, you know, it's hard. It is so hard sometimes to get that sequel right.
up.
They nailed that joint because, like I said, I felt like it was better than the first one. But like Monique said, it did. The first one did set the tone, and you know
It's
that's
the
why
blueprint.
I felt it necessary to go back. I had to go back because you
Yeah.
got to know these people and understand their character arcs. It was important to go back to the 1999. I'm glad I did because I really had a great time revisiting both movies. This
Yeah.
most importantly to me. Oh, she got a oh, she has a son with a disability.
Oh wow.
Okay. Special needs. Okay. Y'all told me something because I sure ain't know. I thought she just wasn't getting work. Okay. Yeah, cute for
I
me.
think I saw her in something brief. I saw her in something recently, but one of those, with all the streaming services, we got BET, there's the TV One movies, we got that other channel for black people. So she's probably up in those movies.
Yeah. Oh, LW, I'm sorry. Said losing Mia's character during Christmas was triggering. I agree. It could be.
That's why I say this movie is like that's why I say the first half of the movie is good, but then when it takes you, it takes you down. So,
Mhm.
but still a really good movie. I still enjoy watching it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, she pops up every now and again. I think she probably can't take a role that is very lengthy. Like it'll have to be like something that she can complete in a couple of days or something like that. Probably, yeah. Quentin was
Yeah,
hilarious. He was.
it was definitely hilarious in this one. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And I still like Shelby. I love the people with the comedic relief or something. Like it's just something about,
Shelby's funny.
Hmm?
They did a good job. Yeah, they did a good job with her character in this movie because she definitely was the comedic relief as well.
Hmm.
Yeah.
When they was windmilling, whew, that was a mess. So what are you gonna do, Mo, for the rest of your New Year's Eve?
Oh, girl, I'm about to lay on this couch
Oh yeah, you did say you wasn't feeling good. You're not feeling
and oh yeah, y'all, I'm sick. I'm sick, sick, sick.
sick, sick.
Um, and watch something. I might watch The Best Man. You never know. I might watch because I binge watched the final chapters the last 2 days. I finished it today. So
Okay.
I may watch The Best Man just because I'm in the mood, or I might watch something else. We'll see. But I ain't doing nothing, child.
Okay. I'm gonna give this one a 10, y'all. I gave the first one a 9, 9.5.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give this one a 10. I-
So I give the first one, I give the first movie a 10, and I give this movie an 8.
Okay. Okay.
8.5.
Okay. 8.5. All right. Will you be doing a new sequel? Look, she said club exactly. Club couch. I'll
Club
probably
couch.
club bed actually, because I ain't got my little
Club bed.
rat. As you can see, I'm on location. We're gonna be club bed with the champagne on the nightstand.
Okay. Okay, Shantae.
Okay, 9. Monique, keep Miss Kira 9. Okay,
Okay.
good. Okay, I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. Did y'all have fun? I had fun. I had fun.
I have fun.
Yes, I got some edibles too. Don't give me no
Ooh.
ideas. Don't give me no ideas.
Ooh, I know that's right, Inga.
That's good. I'm glad you feeling good.
I'm about to join
Yeah. I usually have seasonal depression around this time of the year, but I
them.
thank God that I do not this year. And
That's
it
amazing.
I think it's only because I've been in extensive therapy and doing the work. And then also too,
Mm.
I changed my medication and that seems to be leveling out the diva. So I've been doing really, really good. I'm so proud of myself. Are we doing vision boards this year, y'all? Should I do that on the
I need
channel?
to. Shit.
Y'all want to do a vision board? I want to do a
That'd
vision
be that.
board. I would love to do that. And I want everybody to be on screen. I'll put the link in and everybody can come up and we can talk and all of that good stuff and there'll be something fun to do. Because I have
That's
all that
fun.
stuff
That's fun.
ready. Okay. Yes. Thank you, girl. Whew. Baby, I love it. I love it here. Like, ooh, I
That's
just
so
love it.
good.
And it's very, very real. Very, very real. So yeah, so you just gotta work through that thing, work through it. Yeah. I understand. It's not for me either. Like my family has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller over the years, and that takes a toll on you where your traditions and your holidays don't look the same, they don't feel the same, your loved ones may be gone. It is a triggering time, um
For sure.
for sure.
And
Um,
New Year, same thing. New Year can be. I'm going through right now. It's people reflecting on their year, and you're
yeah.
reflecting on your year. You know, thinking about the next year and what you want to accomplish or what you haven't accomplished, or you feel insecure, or you feel this, or it's
Hmm. Hmm.
the new year can be very triggering too, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, I love that. What day are y'all trying to do that? Can we get a date? Put in the comments so I can try to
maybe do a poll.
set every. Okay, that's what I do. That's what I
Do a poll.
do. Okay.
Give a couple dates and then see what people say.
Yeah, because I really and I think it's important to work on it this first week of the year. So we're gonna try to squeeze it in one day and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh Mo, did you know that I qualify
Oh,
for memberships? I can have memberships on my
yeah.
channel now, but I want to be more consistent so that I can guarantee that my membership will be worth it before I enact it or enable it. So
Okay.
I want to make sure you guys are
Okay.
getting all the value. I don't want to just open it up for nothing. You know what I'm saying? I really want to give you, an extra added layer and benefit. So yeah. But I'm super proud of myself. I wanted to be bigger in subscribers than I am, but that's okay. It's all right. It's gonna come. It's gonna come, and I'm gonna work hard because I love talking to my community. Tamika, Miss Kira, LSW, Inga, you, Moochie, Lamont, Miss K. I love collaborating and talking to my family, and you know,
Yes.
it'd be therapy for me for real. Yeah, when I talk my feelings out and get this stuff analyzed
Yes.
stuff, it helps me to be clear on who I am. And like when I, articulate those are my thought processes when I'm listening to someone talking. I'm listening, what I'm saying? It's just something, I don't know. It's just, I don't know.
I agree. This
Yes.
having a community, having you guys makes this so much better. It makes us more enjoyable because obviously you guys, we're not doing it for the money because we ain't getting the money from this. We doing it because we enjoy it.
Yes.
I want to be more consistent. That's one of my goals for this coming year.
Yeah.
For next year is to be more consistent, but sometimes it's hard juggling work and this and it's
Right.
just
Absolutely. I get it.
I'm trying to do better because I want to be more consistent because I enjoy this. Like I enjoy doing it. When I go live, I enjoy it. So I should do
Yeah.
it often. I should fit, try to fit more in my schedule. So I'm gonna do better, y'all. I'm gonna do better.
Right. No, it's okay. And if we don't, we got another day to get it right the next day. So don't be hard on
Amen.
yourself. Forgive yourself and keep it going. Keep it going.
Yes.
We're always going to be here encouraging Monique. If you are not subscribed to her channel, make sure you mosey on over. The information will be in the description box. Mosey on over to her channel and look at some of her videos. She does great commentary. We talk about hot topics over there. She is a power girl. So if you like power, you're here, you like power. She has power over there, all the good stuff. So make sure you go on over there. We do the reality talk over there as well. So go watch some of her videos, get her in the algorithm, comment, do all of
Yeah.
the things, y'all. We are
Please.
trying to grow, trying to grow. And I'm going to have faith that it's going to happen this year for us. So, yes.
Yes. Amen.
I want everybody to enjoy their new year, and I'm not going to keep you long. We've been here for 2 hours and 30 minutes, y'all. I'm so grateful to everybody who stayed. If you came through, click the like. I didn't care what you did. You said hit the thumbs up. I appreciate B. Avery. I was surprised to see him mosey on over here. I am surprised to see him, but I I love you guys really. Okay. So y'all be safe. If y'all going outside, do not drink and drive. Try to be careful. Make sure you're watching for other people who may be, especially.
Yep.
So that's one of the reasons why I don't like to really go out um, during New Year's because it's just unless it's a house party or something like that. And
Yeah.
I really don't. I really don't. I just don't. I just prefer not to. I just I prefer to be safe. It's like right here in my house. Okay. So yes, consistency with a job is hard. Yes. Hard kids too. Shout out to you. Because we know you got kids in the
Yep.
mix. You know, thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate you, Inga. I appreciate you so much. Yes, have a safe and blessed 2023. Put one up in the air for me. Clank, clank, clank. Because I will be toasted. Bye, Simba. Happy,
He is. He is just
happy New Year.
happy New Year. Look at the camera.
Simba.
No, he wants to just lay on me.
Of course. All right, y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.